Man, I want to know your story.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my name is Andy Benedeck. I own Blue Cactus Power Washing, and I'll just go to where it all started. So, when I was 16 years old, I was like, finally drive, finally get a job. I was like, I need to go start making money, right? And I live in a town called Maricopa. I don't know if you're too familiar with it.
Yeah.
Super small town.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to look for jobs, putting in resumes, doing interviews. It just wasn't working out. No one was hiring. So I was like, this sucks, man.
Yep.
So I was like, you know what? Let me go start like car detailing, or car detailing was my first option, but I couldn't detail my own car without getting like super OCD, taking me hours to detail my car. So I was like, no,
I thought you were gonna say like got to get the truck and everything, but
no, like it was
perfectionist.
like perfectionist. It was like it was too much for me almost at the time.
Yeah.
So I saw power washing was a thing on YouTube.
Okay.
And I was like, I can go clean people's driveways for money. I was like, that's sick.
Straight up.
And so I started with my dad's little tiny pressure washer off the garage. Got my first client from.
Wait, was it electric pressure washer?
It was gas, but it was
okay.
like
All right.
like for example, like it was a 2 gallon a minute.
Yeah.
Which is like nothing. Right now we're running like 8 gallon a minute machines.
Damn.
So it was just like a super tiny machine.
Let's go.
And I got my first job off of a Facebook group post.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the heck I was doing. It took me hours. I was all wet, and the guy came up to me. He's like, "How much do I owe you?" I was like, "You know what, man? I haven't even got to that point. Like, I'm just like learning, taking pictures. Like, don't even worry about it." And then he ended up
He's asking to pay you, and you said, "I don't know."
which, by the way, don't do that. That's probably not the best thing to do. So he ended up giving me $100 bill, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I was like, I felt rich at the time.
Honestly, bro, that's not a bad thing to be like in a place where people are valuing what you do so much to the point where they're throwing money at you and you haven't quite figured it out. Because here's the thing, that's receiving payment. You already figured out the sales.
Yeah.
You already got the sale. And that's what a lot of entrepreneurs have trouble with, is like just getting out there and selling.
Yeah.
Clearly you don't have a problem.
Getting leads in the door. So it was, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. It was an awesome feeling at the end of it. And since then we just slowly kept snowballing. And I think at the time I was either like a junior, senior in high school. I think junior. And I kept doing it through high school, weekends, after school. And then I graduated in 2024. 2024 to 2025 was like, okay, learning a lot of stuff, changing some stuff, getting into it like, full weekdays, weekends. And then from 2025 to 2026 was like, okay, full year into it, first full year into it, learned a lot, made some mistakes, and then but ultimately learned a ton last year. So this year is like, okay, we're gonna implement everything, we're gonna grow, and we're gonna keep scaling this thing. So
Let's go.
So yeah, man, it's a little bit of a background.
That's what's up, man. I love it. I love young entrepreneurships. Just like having that brain, it's just like you're locked into what you're doing, and everyone around you is just having fun. They're partying it up.
Yeah.
You might be still doing some of that stuff, but
But dude, my head wants to explode sometimes. Like all this, it's like I'm drinking out of a fire hydrant hose, and sometimes I just take in so much stuff where it's just like, dude, my brain wants to explode. But
doesn't stop, bro. It
doesn't stop.
I started my first business when I was 20.
Heck yeah.
So you should be better than I ever was. You got a head start.
A little bit.
But I started a music academy.
Okay.
So I started teaching music lessons just myself, hired a couple guys to be doing the teaching for me, a couple teachers. They did incredible. It was a really, really fun experience. Learned a ton about marketing. Didn't learn a ton about actually making money, but
it happens.
That's a first business kind of problem.
Yeah.
But you're in a great industry where it's like, music lessons is an incredible thing. Love it. I still think people need it. Is it a super profitable industry? No. I just did it because it was a passion.
Yeah.
I would guess you're not that passionate about pressure washing.
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, like I tell people all the time, it's like it's one thing to power wash and learn how to pressure wash, window clean, whatever it is, but it's another thing to run an actual business.
Yes, sir.
Like that's my passion, is the business side of it. Like people always ask me like, are you gonna do power washing forever? I'm like, I don't know. We'll see where it leads to, but it's like I know it's always gonna be something that has to do with business.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm passionate about.
100%, dude. That's what's up. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
man.
So you got a truck.
Yep.
More trucks?
So we have one wrapped with like one full-time rig right now. We're working on getting the second one wrapped and rolling as well.
Let's go.
And so hopefully by end of quarter one, quarter two, we'll have that second rig going out full time, and
let's go.
Just keep cranking.
That's what's up, man. Love that. And you have two team members on.
So I have one full-time employee. He's
a
dog. He kills it. And then I have my buddy today, Eddie, that's I've been training up and teaching him how to the ropes.
Let's go, Eddie.
Get him on.
Let's run it. So Eddie's gonna be on the podcast next time, huh?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's go, dude. That's pretty fun. Yeah, bro. One of the things I love about blue collar businesses is like you're never gonna have to worry about not having business.
Yeah.
Like there's never gonna be a pandemic that hits where people don't need to clean their driveways.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's blue collar. I love blue collar. It's like even with like AC, plumbing, roofing, like that's even better because it's like no one wants to do their plumbing or their AC. They don't know how to. So that's like more of like those industries are never gonna go out, and AI is not taking that over.
100%, dude. 100%. So true. All right, before you forget, we got to do our grip strength test here.
Dude, let's do it.
Which I did a test. I did a test 2 days ago. It's great. Did one yesterday. Wait, we're not gonna go.
Well, this is the only one that counts because it's on camera.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Oh, I'm not doing it. You're doing this test.
Oh,
this is on you.
Oh, so you're not doing it?
Hell no, dude. I'm going with my high score. I gotta do it.
All right, I'll do it first, and you gotta do it after.
All right,
and
go.
This should have a pretty good grip strength because with the gun and everything.
Yeah, dude. Hell
All right,
yeah.
let's see.
You gotta. If your hands are a little smaller, you gotta roll that thing down so it's easier for you. So you get that high score. Let's go.
What did I get? Can you check?
What does it tell you?
I saw it go up to the hundreds, I think.
Did you? Oh, shoot. Okay, so after you let go, you got to take your hand off the trigger. Otherwise, it resets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But try the other hand now because one hand's wasted.
Yeah, hands. This is probably not going to be as good. All right.
I don't know. It's his left hand. What do you think, boys?
96.8.
Hey!
Is that good?
That's pretty good, yeah. We just started doing this, so we got a leaderboard. 96.8. Lock that in.
What is that on the leaderboard?
Put that on the leaderboard. It's the first entry. We just got this yesterday.
If someone beats me, then I got to come back and redo it.
I mean, we have a lot of HVAC dudes on here, though. They're like 6'7", so
crap, we're cooked. Never mind.
I think we're all cooked, but here, let's see what we can get here. You get. Noah had, what'd you get? 157?
Yeah. Sheesh.
Yeah, but he's a monster, so we ain't going to ball past that, but let's see what we can do.
Holy crap.
Oh, 157!
Sheesh.
0.0.
Wait, I need to run it back then. Hold on.
That was crazy. But you had like 0.8 or something like that.
All right.
0.7.
I'll beat you after this.
111.
111? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Get in there.
Point. What was it? What was the point?
I couldn't see it.
All right,
111 something.
111. All right. Lock that in. We'll add that to the leaderboard. Get them going, and we'll all be crushed when we have those 6'7" HVAC dudes that hop on here. But they're all tall. Every HVAC dude I've met is at least 6 foot.
That is true. I knew an HVAC guy that was pretty tall. His name's Clint. I don't know if you have him on, but
dude, you got a name like Clint, you got to be 6'5" and up.
Dude, he's a tall, skinny guy. He's tall.
That's crazy. I guess height doesn't really matter in your business at all. Maybe being short does, huh?
I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Closer to the ground.
Yeah. Well, what is that called? When the cars that are lowered to the ground, what do you call that?
Like lowered. Like got some slants.
Or they got that. When you're turning, going into.
Oh
turning,
yeah.
You got that low center of gravity.
Yeah. I feel that. Yep. That makes sense. That checks out for the driveway jobs you got to be doing. So walk me through this. So driveways. Is it only driveways? What else do you do?
So driveways. So if we're talking about residential properties, driveways, sidewalks, walkways, front porches, house washing. So actually, we call it soft washing, the siding of the building.
Gotcha.
Window cleaning. We'll do backyard soap, pavers, travertine, marble. Literally everything that has to do with the exterior of a property, we can clean. Pools, like the pool decking.
Okay, yeah.
Back patios, furniture, grill areas.
Very cool.
So we do that for residential, and then commercial. We do a lot of shopping centers, restaurants, getting that grease and all that foot traffic up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dude, I saw some of the logos that you got on your site.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like you're working with Sprouts.
Yeah.
KinderCare. I've contracted with KinderCare before.
Dude, that's sick.
I can't remember all the logos on there, but like some names.
Yeah. So recently, our two biggest ones for like the last quarter have been Sonic and CVS.
Let's go.
So those have been keeping us super busy.
Hell yeah. So how does that work? Do you work with like just one location first, and then they tell all their managers and it kind of branches out, or are you working with corporate?
It's all different. So like for example, CVS is corporate. So the CVS actually hires a company, like a facility management company, that it's all the way in Illinois, and they have to find people in all these different states when CVS asks them for something. But for Sonic, I literally got that account from TikTok. One of the he was I don't know if he was a regional. I don't know what the title is, but he's like a regional. He has a few stores. He's like, hey buddy, like can you give me a call? Like, I have some stuff for you. And, built a really good relationship with this guy. We started off with one store turned into two turned into four turned into seven, that 7 turned into 30. And, yeah, so he introduced us to the big boss that owns pretty much mostly all the stores here in Arizona. And
dude, let's go.
Yeah,
so if you drive through a Sonic, you're driving through that clean, squeaky sidewalk.
So
man touch.
If it's clean, it's us. If it's a little bit, because we don't do every single one of them.
Yeah.
But no, we
if it's not, then they haven't got you yet.
Yeah, you got to look for that blue Cactus logo on the concrete.
Hey, do you put them in?
Yeah, so we have this little stencil.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Put them on the concrete, pressure wash it, and literally these blue Cactus. It's so
let's
sweet.
Go, dude. Yeah. That's actually sick.
Yeah,
that's a good way to do it. I've seen that, like in New York City, people like stencil their own brands in.
That would be
QR
sick.
codes and stuff like that.
Because I bet those sidewalks are dirty.
Yeah, big dirty, man. Yeah, but you gotta have like an e-commerce brand or something like that for the general public to do anything like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Or a pressure washing company.
Yeah, I've seen someone, a pressure washing company, they would put I think it was Under Armour or something like that on the sidewalk. So I thought that was pretty neat. So
that's dope. Yeah. Dang, man, that's awesome. Congrats. Is that your biggest commercial contracts that you got going?
I would say at the moment, yeah, because right now we're probably 70% residential, 30% commercial. So we're trying to make it like 50-50. Yeah. Where we have commercial keeping us busy at night, residential keeping us busy during the day.
There we go.
But it's just a whole different world between commercial and residential.
Yeah.
The way it works, the way it operates.
So from my experience, I feel like most people that go from residential to commercial, they typically like commit. They just go all in because it's either so much better or they stay with residential entirely.
Yeah.
Why do you want to do 50-50?
I just because I want to be 50-50 work. Because commercial, it's a lot of consistent work. You get a lot of big projects. Only downside, most of it's at night or super early in the morning.
So it's literally scheduling.
Yeah, it's literally scheduling. So I would like to have just a crew only for commercial.
Yeah.
And then a crew only for residential. And then we have the best of both worlds, I feel like.
Yeah. Fill the calendar.
That's like my plan with it. We'll see how it goes, but
yeah,
either way, we're still
makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that's dope, man. I mean, job's a job, right? You get it done for a business, you get it done for a homeowner. It doesn't matter. It's just got to get done.
Got to get done.
Do you find that the commercial ones, they have maybe like they call you back faster kind of a thing?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, commercial, especially restaurants, like they want it done bi-weekly, weekly, monthly.
Really?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's so much more consistent, whereas like a residential property, they might need it done every quarter.
Yeah.
If that, maybe twice a year.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. That is super cool. And everyone needs it. Everyone's got a sidewalk who's going to need it. So dusty as time.
Yeah, if you want your clients to enjoy your property and not judge you because it's dirty, it's definitely a need.
Yeah, 100%. So walk me through, let's talk about kind of the DIY pitch. So really what this is someone that you've worked with in the past who it's like they were kind of just going to do it themselves, and they talked to you, they had you do it, they were maybe micromanaging you. Basically speak to the person that should just be doing it themselves and give people value so that they would not have to hire you. We call this the DIY pitch because it's like, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to do what you do.
Yeah, no, 100%.
However, no one will do it as good as you will.
Exactly.
Because they don't have the tools, they don't have the expertise, they don't have the experience, they don't have the schedule, the consistency.
And it's also stress and hassle, especially if your time's super valuable. If that homeowner's time is super valuable, it's like you could pay someone a few $100 and if your time's worth a lot more than a few $100, you're saving money ultimately. So
exactly.
But going into if I were to have to tell someone how to do DIY, what are the do's and don'ts?
Yep.
Perfect. I love this question. I actually just posted a video about this, and
Let's go.
I was like,
dude, his social media is blowing up. You got to check it out. He's very, very active. Like of all the podcast guests we've had, you're definitely in the top as far as like activity.
I love it. I know. I just started taking it very seriously again.
Yeah.
I'm like, we got to post daily and post some cool content here and there.
You Gary V fan?
I do like Gary V. Yeah, he's a sick guy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, dude, he screams at people for posting on social media.
Yeah, it's sick, man.
We should all be ashamed because we're not posting 10 times
we should all be listening to Gary V and taking his advice.
Okay, so DIY.
Yeah, so one of the biggest things that I would tell, DIYer is just be careful with the pressure because a lot of people don't know is you can actually damage concrete, and it's called edge marks. So if you go too close to the concrete, you're taking a thin layer of the concrete off, and you'll be left with a very bad eyesore basically in your concrete.
I've seen that, the kind of waves and stuff.
Yeah, and it just looks very wonky. So it's that's the biggest thing. Just be careful with the pressure. Don't ever leave it running on one spot for too long.
Yeah. How do you fix that? That's probably expensive.
Chemicals. If it's super, super bad, then grind it maybe, but most of the ones we fix, like edge stains from like people or other companies, it's just we use this chemical that takes just a thin layer of the concrete off and evens it out. But yeah, biggest thing. So for pressure washing, you'll have your little tiny machine that you're probably using. A lot of people have a wand, which probably the angle of what the area that you're cleaning is probably like this, 25 to 40 degrees.
Okay.
But I'd really recommend go to Home Depot, get a surface cleaner. It's a little round disc, and that has 2 tips in there, and it's spinning. So instead of getting like 2 to 3 inches at a time walking with the wand like this, you have a surface cleaner, and you're getting a much larger area clean, and you're just walking back and forth. So
you get it done faster.
Yeah. What else? I mean, just going to Home Depot, getting literally the basics that you would need to be at least somewhat efficient and do a good job, and just be careful not to damage the concrete.
That makes a lot of sense, man, because I feel like there's people out there, they just borrowed their father-in-law's pressure washer. They're about to do it.
Yep.
And it's a little powerful, and they're about to damage the concrete, and they're about to try and save a couple $100 job and damage the concrete and have to spend.
And then it'll turn to a lot more than a couple hundred.
Ooh, dog. See, that's what it is, man. Like doing things yourself sometimes can work out, but like if you don't know what you're doing, let the pros handle it.
At least do a little bit of research before you do it. And it was a little bit of research.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have people like they'll hold my wand and they'll press the trigger and they almost get blown away because how much pressure it is. So
because you need 111 pounds of strength.
Yeah, maybe 150. Maybe we need you guys on the wand.
Bro, that's pretty cool. Though.
I've been slacking a bit.
You at the gym?
Yeah, it should be a lot more consistent.
Yeah.
But yes, I need to.
Bro, welcome to the club of inconsistent gym goers. Dude. I haven't hit the gym in a fat minute.
Dude.
And I have a subscription down the street, so I have zero excuse throughout the week.
EOS or what?
Yeah, you just got to. That's the thing as an entrepreneur, man, is like life keeps going, but your business is needy and will be needy for a while until you get into a place where you can like effectively delegate.
Yep.
Not just like some of the simpler tasks like guys on trucks, but eventually get to the place where you can delegate admin, maybe sales someday.
Yep.
And then eventually you kind of rise where you're doing more of the marketing side of things. Right now, you're doing like almost all of it, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think, I pretty much have every single hat. I mean, one hat that I have taken off that has been a big help is, operation or in the field, which like today I'm in the field a little bit. Like I still have to go into the field.
Yep.
But that's one of the hats that I'm like, okay, I absolutely need to take off like completely.
Yes.
And just keep delegating that. And then admin, whether it's a VA or CSR.
Yep.
Delegating that. So yeah, it's learning a lot. And then one thing I've learned a lot too, it's like getting super organized with your time, which is like, weekly planning. But also too, that could, you could have a weekly plan set in place, but something happens and you're like, that just messed my whole day up. Like for example, last week we had a trailer break on us.
Ooh.
So I had to get our other trailer, bring it to my guy, drop that off, get the other trailer, bring it to the shop, and it just like I was running around all over Phoenix. So
Jobs are delayed.
Yep.
Customers wondering what's up.
Yeah.
But you get it done.
Get it done. Yeah. So
love it.
Yeah, but no, time is definitely huge. We all have 24 hours in a day, and how can we make the most of that?
Time? Bro, so true. Yeah, it's so important, and I love hearing taking that operator's hat off. Like that is, dude, I could talk about that all day. I've helped, probably about 250 or so, small business owners take that operator's hat off at this point, and like. I find there's two kinds of business owners. They're the kind that are white knuckling it. No one will ever do it as good as me, so I'm just going to keep doing it myself. They'll never grow. You will never grow.
Nope.
I'm talking to you. If you're watching this and you're a business owner
and you're white knuckling
your business, don't do it.
No bueno.
Don't do it. He did it. He's got it going right now. He doesn't have to do the operations side of things. And the incredible part of that is because, look, operations, you can write that down in a Google Doc. Probably no more than 10 pages.
Yep.
You give that to somebody and your phone number, and it's done.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, like literally, I think when I started with my first technician, I was, of course I had that in my mind, like, man, this is like, how do I do this? Where do I start? Like, he's not going to be as good as me. But if you really take the time to making good SOPs, good training videos, actually training your employees.
Yeah, SOPs. Oh, did you hear that?
SOPs.
Yeah. If he likes them.
They're important. That's one thing I've been taking seriously like the last couple of weeks. And some of these SOPs we've been implementing has made like just already a huge difference.
Yep.
But for me, it's like if you're just starting out and you have one guy, like the communication's there. So even if you don't have SOPs or you're not structured, like anyways. So when I took the hat off, I was like, after I did it, I was like, man, this is a game changer. Two, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Yep. And if you're just paying your guys good and you're taking care of them, they'll take care of you. So
absolutely, dude.
Yeah. But it's a huge thing too.
It is, yeah, and that is truly the actual skill, is being able to delegate. Especially in a day like today when we have like this month of February for AI has been insane. Yeah. Like it's absolutely insane, some of the stuff that's going on. But it truly will be, I mean, blue collar is safe because it's going to be a pretty long time before AI can take over pressure washing, power washing.
Yeah, it's going to be, the day I see a AI bot power washing the floor is going to be crazy. I'm sure they still have something like that, but
probably at some point. Yeah. But it's just going to take, time to do that. And the thing is like the people who are forward thinking and can manage people well, or in the future manage agents well, or even better, teach your people to manage those agents.
Yeah.
It's like that is the way that the world is going.
Exactly. You always have to be learning and implementing. Like, for example, I was talking to a group of people, and one was like a business owner, and he was all for AI. And there's another dude that, he was just there, and he was like, man, I think AI is stupid. But it's like, dude, the people, that's just an example for AI, but like you have to, like, no matter what, is going on in life, like you have to take whatever is the next thing and just go with it.
Yeah, you have to adopt innovation. It's like when donkeys were plowing the fields and tractors came out, like, which camp did you want to be in?
Yeah, definitely definitely not with the donkeys.
Definitely not, man. I mean, they're way more fun. Like, they'll have a good time. They'll buck you off. Yeah. Like, but today you don't see donkeys in farms. No. You just don't.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing with the car. Dude, February for AI been a crazy month. We're wrapping up February right now, and if anyone's like watching this, just I think the biggest thing, really anyone, I don't care if you're an employee, you're a business owner, you need to be really, really good at writing SOPs. Because you know what an SOP is? It's a human prompt.
Yep. And
that's all it is.
And there's so many different AI apps that you can use to make those organized, make those, make those structured where it makes sense to the employee or to the funny thing with AI, I don't know if you saw on our Instagram, but we made like an AI photo of like 2 Lamborghinis with trailers on them. And that's been going crazy on our Instagram. People don't know if it's real, if it's AI, and it's been funny.
So it's real, right?
Yeah. If you think it's real, then it's real.
I mean, I saw the Lambo back.
Exactly. So, you heard it here first.
I figured. That's crazy, bro. It's such a good time though. It's like it's like the Wild Wild West in AI too right now, because the next thing we'll see in the next year or two, and I don't want to nerd out too much on AI, but is token taxes. That's going to be a thing. No one's talking about it, but it will be, because every business will have a token budget. You'll be paying for tokens, and then your team will be managing what you create with it. And that's going to be the next thing. But I don't know. I think it just comes down to like being organized and having fun with it too. Yep. Like we have, we use AI to make our thumbnails, and they're like a good time. And like I look at it and I'm like, this is silly, but I also like love it.
Dude, it's insane.
Because it would have taken so much longer to make a thumbnail and drag and drop inside of the Adobe suite or whatever with some sort of Pro Tools.
What is that, Nano Banana?
Yeah, Nano Banana. Yeah. I got some Nano Banana ads running right now that are actually doing really well.
Dude, believe it or not. That's sick.
Yeah. It's crazy too. Like knowing what AI to use for what thing. Whether you're gonna pop into Grok or Gemini or Claude or whatever. Like you just gotta have it on lock.
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't want to nerd out too much on the AI side of things. Let's talk about so we did the DIY pitch. Let's talk about the other one. So we're gonna dive into a little bit about. This is the anti-pitch. So this is going to be like if you dive kind of specifically into the type of person that you don't want to work with. Like when you're talking to your business owners, like I'll just give you an example. Someone who micromanages. Like they stand out there, arms crossed, watching you do their driveway, hoping you don't mess it up because they've been burned before or whatever. Like I would imagine this doesn't happen too often. But speak to me about the people that, like, if you're watching this video and you're thinking about hiring a pressure washer, who should not hire you?
Okay, so like the micromanagers, though, like that might be a bit of a headache, but we don't mind, because I know once we're done with it, they're gonna be like, "Oh wow, that was insane! Like, had a great experience, did an amazing job, and I can actually trust someone again to work on a property, right?" Yeah. But I would say the people that we don't want would be, someone that's looking for the cheapest option, right?
Yeah.
And that's one thing. That's one thing I was talking to another cleaning company about. With it's like, man, like, you know, he does house cleaning, so of course you have like these, you know, these people that are uninsured, unlicensed. They go in there do a house for 15, $20 an hour, right? And then you have these companies that have licenses. They have, you know, all this overhead, and they charge a decent amount, but then the people are like, it's still too much, you know? So it's like, for us, we pride ourselves in providing value, providing the customer experience, and we're still dialing it in. We're still getting better at it every day. But
Yeah.
if you're just looking for the cheapest option, the cheapest price, we are not the company for you.
Yeah.
So that's like the biggest thing for us.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
How have you tapped into that market lately?
Say that again.
Like, how have you found the people that you are looking for?
So literally, our target avatars are in Scottsdale, Paradise Valley,
Yeah.
Gilbert. So those cities that have nice neighborhoods, nice homes.
Yeah.
You know, families that are making a good income, and it's like, those are the people we want, because those are the people that their time's valuable.
Yep.
They care how their house looks, and they're willing to pay a few hundred bucks to get their house clean. And you know, those are customers we take. You know, they take really good care of us because we take good care of them, and they really appreciate the value that we offer them.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
That's the move, dude. That's very cool. You let's talk about some of the marketing side of things. So where do you think, marketing wise, you connect with those people the most these days?
I would say a lot organic. So, you know, we get a lot of people from organic, Instagram, Facebook. We've been running some meta ads recently.
Yeah. That's how I found you.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Saw your ad, DM'd you,
Yeah.
said, "What's up? We got a podcast. Come through."
Yeah,
Here it is.
And I think you can, like, because with meta ads, you can literally get so specific. You can choose an address. You're like, I want these houses right here to target them.
Yep.
So I think that's like the best ways with ads, and also just.
So you know where I live? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I basically looked up your address and was like, show
this
that
home.
ad just to this
Just
home.
to this guy.
I literally a 0.0005 radius. But yeah, man, I mean, and organically too, like, a lot of people look us up on Google. So I was talking to him about, like, our SEO is probably dog right now, but once we figure out the meta stuff and we start getting some cash from the meta, it's like, let's take that, reinvest into meta, but also invest it into SEO.
Yeah.
But there's so many forms of marketing and how to get leads in the door. It's insane. And then once we get those leads in the door, and it's our job to take care of our clients and, you know, make sure they're with us for life.
Absolutely.
With them.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, the way the world's going right now, because we've got Andromeda as the AI behind Meta, and the way it's going is that it really makes the most sense to use your Meta ads almost as like middle of funnel as opposed to top of funnel.
Yep.
Which just means organic is more of the name of the game. And I mean, like, the majority of my career has been based off of just helping people with their Google Maps. Like, simply that, man, because that crushes.
And I think another, like, huge thing is, like, with the organic side of it, it's like the brand. Like,
yeah,
I think that's one thing that's helped us a ton, is like, we've invested so much money into building, like, more like a personal and, like, business brand, but like spending a ridiculous amount of money on ads that had no ROI. Like, but it did have, you know, it built a following and built a brand. So I think that's the biggest thing to do, and especially at the beginning, just building your brand up. And
100%.
Yeah.
Do they recognize you? Like here's a tip: don't have a website that's like extremely hard to spell and extremely long. And just don't do that. Like, no one's gonna want to type that in. They're gonna spell it wrong. They're never gonna find you. They're never gonna remember you. A blue cactus, super simple, straightforward. It doesn't even have to be something that crazy, but short, sweet, to the point. Make it clear. And make sure people can find you too. It sounds like you've got a decent amount of Google reviews.
Yeah, I think we have
200 plus?
Almost 200 plus with 2 locations.
Yeah, let's go, dude. That's what's up. 2 different locations, so you got 2 different pins going on.
Yeah.
Nice.
We have one in Mesa. We don't use that as far as like operations, but we have a pin in Mesa, and then we're working on getting a pin in Tempe area.
Yeah,
we're gonna move into a shop pretty soon.
Nice. That's what's up, dude.
Yes,
let's go. It's a good move. It's I've talked to a decent amount of mobile detailers and just kind of like businesses that don't necessarily need to have a shop, but man, that like next level of the place to go, like especially once you start delegating operations, you're less in the field. Like having a place to go to just work on what you need to work on.
Exactly.
And you kind of level up to the marketing side of things.
Exactly.
But you're already wearing that hat, which is incredible. Most business owners can't take that on because they just don't understand social media. But, you got age on your side, bro.
Yes,
Social media is
sir.
like back of your hand.
Yes, sir. And I'm still figuring it out, but it's fun.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you got to. You definitely, like, organic more so is becoming the way that people market. Because organic is what people want to see anyways.
Yep.
It either is great or it's terrible. It's either what they want to see or it's what they don't want to see.
Yeah.
Paid kind of like almost fakes it in a way. Now, I'm not saying it's not valuable. We manage a decent amount in Google ads and Facebook ads, but it is very important to use your organic marketing as like the testing grounds
100%.
for your paid marketing.
And it really shows like who that company is, and and people don't want to go on your Instagram and see just a bunch of before and after pictures or just still pictures. Like, you got to throw in some selfies and some like actual videos in there, people talking.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, people buy from people.
That's right.
Right. So if you
That's right.
they feel like they have a relationship with you, or they like you as a person, and they're going to buy for you, that price is just going to go over their head at the end of the day. So
that's right. So even if AI robots do take over the
Yep.
pressure washing, it will not take over the sales.
Exactly.
Because people buy from people.
Exactly.
That's the name of the game.
Name of the game.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So on the marketing side of things, would you consider yourself pretty tech savvy?
Not really. No,
Yeah,
I
Okay.
wouldn't. Like for example, like we have like Go High Level set up, and I'm
Yep.
familiar with that. But like, dude,
Yeah.
I look at it and I'm just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Which like I'm figuring it out, and like I have a decent amount of knowledge on it, but I'm not super tech savvy.
Yeah. Go High Level is. I'm looking at my co-founder here because I've loved Go High Level for the longest time.
Yep.
And I don't mean to go off on it right now, but if you're using Go High Level at this moment, I kind of have a feeling that the next year is going to look very, very different. Because Go High Level used to be the greatest opportunity as a CRM for business owners, and kind of currently is, until people start to see what's capable, what we can actually do nowadays. But I very much believe every single blue collar business, probably about a year from now, is going to have a custom CRM.
Oh yeah.
It's your own. It's
Yeah.
designed just for you. We just started doing this for clients, building custom CRMs almost as like a beta, where we just do it for them and see if they love it. And if they love it, hopefully they'll pay us money.
Yeah, because it's like we have Go High Level for our sales. We have another CRM house called Pro for like our operations.
Yep.
So it's like if you could just like get rid of all that and just make one that has the best of all worlds for your needs, I think that's a game changer.
Yeah, dude. And there's like something as simple as like the one that we built has this coolest feature. I've never seen people do this. If there's a menu item you don't use, like just make it hide automatically for each user. So then like you and your operations guy, like he probably only uses a couple things in house called Pro, scheduling appointments, going to appointments, marking them as showed, done jobs, right? And then in High Level, there's only a couple things he does: call the clients, grab addresses, like stuff like that. There's a whole bunch of things he doesn't need to have in there. They're just sitting there clogging up his like computer screen. You just have it automatically hide if he doesn't use them, and then you use the marketing side of things. Maybe you use the social planner that's in there. Like those are the things that you need to be seeing.
Yeah.
Like something so simple like that is not that hard to do by building your own. I mean, I guess it kind of is right now because it's just like it's the forefront of this for people. But I genuinely believe about a year from now, every blue collar business is going to have a custom CRM.
And I'd be interested to get into that because it's like if you can have like a dialed in like CRM for, let's say, for power washing, window cleaning, then you could then take that CRM and give it to other power washers or window cleaners.
100%, bro. You absolutely could. If you're in the industry and you know what's going on. Look, there's only 3 ways to scale a business: with labor, code, and media. It's the only 3 ways that you can. The media side of things, it needs to be human. Like no one's going to watch some robot talking. Like we all know what that robot avatars look like, and they're kind of silly. Not to say that you can't have some things there work too, but I think that media is very much a human thing by far. And then you've got the labor side of things. Most blue collar boys kind of have that figured out, where they're figuring that out on the recruiting side of things. Make sure you have a pretty cool team who comes with you and shows up to podcasts.
Yes, sir.
And then the piece you do need to get figured out is the code side of things. What's the code that you can own as your business that's got your brand on it? It's like you should have the similar feeling to like making your logo. Like that's yours.
Yeah.
Nobody's taking that logo. That is owned by you and your entity. And the same thing I think is going to be true with the custom CRM side of things. So yeah, maybe we'll have to talk afterwards, bro.
I'd love to.
We're doing betas right now for companies.
Love to.
It's bro, it's the wild, wild west of AI right now. So do it before you have to pay a token tax.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit about some stories that you've had when you're out there. Do you do any door to door?
No, we were just talking to him about it. I think we have to start getting into it, but we don't. No.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
you
sure
got to get on that door to door game.
I know, and I'm sure we'd have a lot of crazy stories if we were on.
I bet you would, bro. Yeah. I bet you would. Yeah, we're all about the door to door game around here. It's constitutional right to market door to door. It's never going to be something that goes away. So it's something that you definitely should take advantage of. You can knock on any door, and half of those doors need your services.
Yeah.
So if you did a 10-hour shift and knocking on some doors, I would be appalled if you didn't get 3 jobs.
Yep.
Same day.
Yeah.
And probably finish them too.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, tell me about, do you have any like crazy stories of clients that will remain nameless?
Like on site, let me think. Not that I could think of right now, but recently, like last week, I was with Eddie, and we had a special going on, and in the special it explains what the special is, right?
Yeah.
So then someone filled out the form.
Yep.
And he called in. First of all, on the phone, I just couldn't really understand him well, and
Yep.
I was like, hey, so and so, like, we saw you fill out the form. Like, how can we help you? Like, is there anything we need to explain to like about the offer? And he's like, oh, I'm just looking to get a quote on to do my backyard and blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, but you filled out like it's called the Jealous Neighbor Special. Like, I was like, let me explain it to you a little bit. And I was explaining it to him, and he was getting like pissed off, or he just already had like sort of an attitude, and he was like, I don't give a crap about the 167 price. You can take that price and stick it somewhere else. And I was like, okay, Jim. Like, I don't know where the
disconnect is.
No, I don't know. Yeah, like, or like where the disrespect is coming from. But I'm like, I'm just trying to explain the form you filled out, right? So I was like, anyways, okay, let's forget about that. Let's fill out 167. Let's literally throw it out the door. I was like, what are you looking for? He's like, I'm looking for my back patio. I was like, okay, where are you located? He's like, well, don't you have my effing zip code? Like, I put it in. I was like, Jim, cut that out. I was like, sir, I was like, we literally don't have, like, just please tell me what area you're in. That's all I need to put you on the schedule for Monday. And and then he was like, do you not understand me? Like, no hablas español. I was like, bro, I'm probably the same skin color as you. Not that matters. But anyways, it was like this. I thought I was in a dream, right? So then anyways, he was like, well, just put me on the schedule for Monday. I was like, okay, before you hang up, let me get your address. And he said something like, by the way, I'm a sales guy too. I know all this stories. And hung up. And I was like, yeah, dude, forget about that guy. I'm not putting him on the schedule. Never seeing him. That is not our customer. Like, going back to that.
That is not the customer, bro. 100%.
So I just thought that was a pretty funny thing. I was like, people are so ignorant. Like,
just wait till he starts commenting on your Facebook ads.
I know. Leaves me 1-star reviews. Like, he didn't show up for the appointment, he said.
Yeah, there you go.
But no, those are definitely the people we don't want. Because I knew if I would have went, one, it would have wasted my time. Would have been a big headache. And then if we would have actually do the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have turned into a big headache.
100%, bro. And here's the thing, too. There's levels to it. Like, I always say, like, once you get your first 1-star review, like, you've made it. Congrats. You have a business.
Dude, we got so for 3 years probably now, we've had nothing but 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
And the other day, we got a 1-star review from our guys.
Let's go.
But no, it wasn't even to our service. It was because he was like,
I was just a spam one.
These companies are posting AI pictures of Lamborghinis, and it's obviously fake. And I blatantly don't like companies that are lying about. I'm like, dude, just relax. It's a social media post. I'm like, if you think it's AI, like, that's not my fault, right? Like, it's obviously, like, to me, I think it's obvious that it's AI, but a lot of people, it's not. Yeah. So, but that one just got removed. But yeah. Exactly. No, I think you got to have a couple 1-stars or bad reviews in there.
Yeah, really 100%. Yeah, because the point being is, like, you'll have so many 5-star reviews because you're doing what works.
Yeah.
But people are people, and you could be the most perfect pressure washing company on the freaking planet, and you will get a 1-star review.
Exactly, especially if you have a big team, you have all these people to manage. It's like, I tell everyone all the time, like, we'd like to think we're perfect, but we're not. We'll make mistakes, but what we really pride ourselves on is, like, as long as you tell us the mistakes or we figure out what they are, we're gonna come out and fix it, right? Exactly. Like today, we have a couple callbacks that we have to go to and touch up, and like, I have no issues with that because it's like, we just want the customer to be as satisfied as possible. But yeah, no, I mean, I think especially once you have a team and there's gonna be mistakes happening, people are gonna be get upset, leave 1-star review, and it's just how you combat that. Yeah,
and here is an interesting perspective as well that Eddie is gonna really like, and this comes down to probably the biggest problem, because you've got your EQ, right? Your emotional
Mm-hmm.
quotient, which is like the amount of emotional bandwidth that you can take for customers.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this. Noah knows this. We have been in jobs and positions in the past where all we've dealt with is trying to either like renew customers, or like you're basically talking to people who want to cancel daily.
Yeah.
And it wears on you over time. Like it takes a certain kind of person to do that. The business owner gets to be that person.
Yep.
Ideally, you don't have a business where you have a ton of those, but it's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: is you work with enough people like that are bad fits, and you know who that taxes? The tax is the brains of your people.
Yeah.
And so one of the problems is like hiring people and keeping people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, like, you know, you pay them what they're worth and then some, and they'll be grateful for you for a long time. You teach them the skills, and they're also grateful for you as well, because they level up and they become more valuable as a person just in general, just from the time they've been with you. But you put enough people that are bad fits into your company, and I see this, dude. I see this from business owners who are greedy. That's what it is. It's like their money's green as anyone else, so I'll sign them up. Hell no, dude. I will not do that. I will not take anyone's money. I will say no to the clients I don't want to work with, because my team's brains are so valuable, and where we're going with them is so valuable that I don't want them dealing with that bullshit.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And
not.
that's why like we try to target people that really care for our services and value our services, because if
Yeah.
we're going, because one, if we have performance pay in line, you know, like our technicians make more money by providing more services, providing more value to the customers. So it's like if we just get people that want the cheapest thing, it's like, one, we're not making money as a business.
Yep.
And if we're not making money as a business, our technicians aren't going to make money as a business, right? So
Exactly.
it's like once you find your avatar that you really want to attract and you start attracting them, your whole business is going to thank you for it, right? Like
exactly.
The owner, the people, like it's not as taxing.
Exactly. And those people that just want to have a super cheap service, they should listen to your DIY pitch you just talked about earlier. Go out there and do it yourself.
Do it yourself, or go hire Joe Schmo, and he might damage your concrete for you and take your money. So
there you go. There you go. Those are your options.
Those are your options. You got three options.
Or the actual best option, which is hire them to do the professional job.
Exactly.
Come and get it done right.
It's a good, better, and best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And probably will end up being the cheapest option anyways.
Exactly. Like I saw a video the other day from a buddy that was painting. He was like, the cheaper option usually always tends to be the more expensive, because you have to do it twice, or you have to do it again.
That's what it is, man.
It's like double than what you would have paid if you would just got it done the right way, professionally, and with quality.
Yep. Do it once, do it right. Otherwise, you'll do it twice.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't see people going to Starbucks and, you know, being like, well, can you maybe instead of $6, can you make it $5 or $4? So it's like, I don't understand why people like to do that to small businesses.
Yeah, straight up, dude. Yeah, they do it with the service business, and it just comes down to what you said. It's just a bad fit. It's just not the right person.
Yeah.
Once you lock into that avatar, which you kind of already are, I mean, you're rolling with it. And the thing is, too, is like one of the things I love about commercial is it's like it's business.
Yep.
Like they're gonna pay you what is needed to get the job done, so they can move on with their life and continue doing what they need to do.
Yep.
That piece is really nice. I'm a massive fan of the B2B space. How long have we been out of B2C now, dude? It's been 4 years now, I want to say. 2022. Yeah, just about 4 years. And it's, I don't know, it's, if I were in your shoes, man, I'd probably go all commercial.
Yeah.
I do get the scheduling side of things, so actually it does make a lot of sense. You got your day jobs, you got your night jobs, so you definitely makes sense to have those two in place and the two different teams going.
Yep.
But man, it's so nice to work with businesses.
Dude, I know. But like at the same time, there's pros and cons to both.
Right.
Like we love businesses. Like you don't talk to them as much. You know, you take care of them and they trust you. Then it's like, okay, they just let you do your own thing.
Yep.
But then it's also that thing where it's like you don't have, like sometimes like they're super busy. You can't get in contact with them for a couple weeks. How are you going to get paid if payments delay? Like there's a lot of other things that go into it. But also too, I think just having the best of both worlds and making sure, you know, like we said, we're dialing in the best of both worlds. It's like I think really be a game changer for us.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and B2B, it's different too, because like you said, you did a great job for one Sonic, and they told their other managers. You did a couple other good jobs, and they told their district managers, and boom, now you're doing most of the locations. You can't really get that with B2C aside from like neighborhoods. Hey, we did your neighbors. Do you want us to do yours? Oh, yeah, cool. And then you kind of spread through that, the referral type of a thing.
Unless they have like a huge family and they have a bunch of houses like near each other.
Yep.
But yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here in just a little bit. There's one more thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to talk about I just want to throw some value at you, actually. So we help a lot of companies scale with their paid advertising, with their organic advertising, with like SEO, websites, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about basically one of the first things I almost always recommend when we start working with a brand is to look at their go-backs and to be intentional about their go-backs. So let me explain this. Go-backs is your list of leads that you've gathered from your organic marketing, from your paid marketing, past customers. It's anyone that you've ever interacted with or they've ever interacted with you, even if it's just a simple click. That also includes Facebook retargeting campaigns, but we'll talk about that later. That is your list of your go-backs. Now, when we start with somebody, we help them go through their list of go-backs. We help them reactivate them, which basically just means hit them up.
Yeah.
Call them. Text them. Say, hey, we did good work for you before. I haven't talked in 6 months. What's going on?
Hey, we have a $75 credit we want to give you to your next service.
100%, bro. 100%. So, have you ever done like a reactivation campaign like that with your go-backs?
Yeah, like one we really like that we learned from another cleaning company. It's like, hey, if we offered you our friends and family discount, would you be interested in getting a service? And I think another one I want to try is like actually showing $1 amount. So with the friends and family discount, they're like, well, is that like $5? Is that $100? Yeah. But I think like maybe saying like, hey, if we give you a $75 credit towards your next service, would you want to get on the books and schedule? So yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. You should be doing that. And that's the thing too, because those people are like in your database. They're sitting there right now.
And it's literally a pit of money that you're
straight up. Yeah. And you don't have to pay customer acquisition cost like you do.
Because you already did.
Facebook ads. Exactly. You already did. So you own those emails, those phone numbers, and they have opted into you too. So it's open season as far as marketing.
And even if a few of them opt out, it's like I was like kind of telling us like, yeah, I'm getting a lot of people opting out. And it's like, well, of course it has to be, you know, if you're getting 100 out of 100 people opting out, you're doing something wrong. But if you're getting those few people that are opting out, it's like, okay, maybe you didn't want them in there anyways, but you don't have to waste a few cents to send them a text or email.
Yeah, 100%, dude. So worth it. Love it, dude. Love that you're doing that. That's so good to hear. You definitely have a good grasp on wearing as many hats as you need to be wearing at this stage in your business, because it's 2 years old.
Yeah, I would say 2 full years, or technically 1 full year, but like since we started the LLC, it's been like 3 years.
Yeah. Let's go, dude. That's awesome.
But literally like 2025 was like figuring out how going like all into it. And then this year, it's like, okay, we're taking everything from 2025. We're bringing it out to 2026. Getting smarter, implementing, Let's go. Do you ever have anyone, like, you show up to jobs or whatever, and they're like, I don't know if you can handle it. I think you're too young. You ever get that? Honestly, no. I feel like it's the opposite way. I feel like people admire that I'm young.
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of why I got trying to grow a beard and stuff, so they think I'm a little bit older. But, like, the people that know my age, I think they admire what I have going on and what I'm trying to build. So they're like... And then with our social media, it's like we show authority that, you know, we know what we're doing. We really pride ourselves in quality and all of that. And I think just the way our branding's set up, it's like you don't really see too many power washing companies with a full wrapped truck branded. So not really. We have the opposite issue actually. So not really an issue. Yeah, exactly.
That's why I love Arizona.
People are awesome.
They respect entrepreneurship in this state. That's for sure. That's so cool, man. I love it. Well, hats off to you, dude. Sounds like you have a pretty incredible operation going on.
Thank you, man.
It sounds like your customers are obviously loving what you're doing, wanting more of it. You got repeat customers, which is the holy grail of business customers. And you have a pretty good tap on growing your team too. You're starting to delegate. You're taking it seriously. Dude, I've talked to so many business owners who are still white knuckling their business 4, 5, 6 years in.
Yeah.
You're 2 years in your business and you've already delegated operations. I bet you a year from now when I talk to you, you're going to have 2 at least more people in place. You'll probably be just focused on like the marketing side of things.
And that's the goal. Like for me, I'm trying to take as many hats as possible, like operations and admin. And so, okay, sales, marketing, networking like this, meeting other business owners, going stuff like this, and then maybe finances in there, right? But those are the things I have to be focused on. Everything else, it's like we can delegate. So and the next quarter, so quarter 2 is gonna be really good. Quarter 3, that's when we like be really rolling.
Yeah, be really dialed in, dude.
Really dialed in,
Awesome. It's a pleasure to hear about your business. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much, man.
And that is a wrap.